Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this video. Today we're going to be looking at spring DIYs. We like to do our weekly reset, which means just enjoying nature with mom and just rejuvenating our minds and getting creative as we're out there brainstorming. Today's spring DIY, if you guys remember this video, we actually touched on it before. And yep, you guessed it, we're coming back to it. Why? Although we love this setup, we want to make sure that we are actually maximizing this space. And just like any project, sometimes you learn and you have to go back and do it again. So that's what we're doing here. And this is a before. We are wanting to make things more easily accessible, and that means taking every little thing out, seeing what we have, what is needed, what is not needed, and just filtering. My biggest recommendation when you do have all of your things out, it can be a little bit overwhelming. So we decided to group similar or like things. That way when we go down to organizing, we have things, again, just grouped together, a little bit easier to get them looking pretty again. We have all of this food, and again, it can be overwhelming, but in the hype of it all, we are honestly so blessed that we're able to actually take on these projects and organize our food the way that we're about to. That way, again, we make use of everything in this space. So we took out all the shelving, started from scratch. Mom, wow, she worked magic with this space. As you can see, there's paint, there's wood, there are several holes, and I'll get to that in a little bit. And as you can see, the shelves of what they're actually sitting on, it gives us a chance in the case in the future we'd like to change things up. We can actually take out those shelf hangers and actually move them to different holes if we needed them to. Much trial and error, Mom finally found a pattern that seemed to work perfectly. Again, she took jars, containers, placed them in it to figure out what height was going to be best, what spaces would be best, and ended up with this. James, our little supervisor, waiting patiently for this change. What also comes to mind is spring organization, which is the purpose for all of this. It pushes us to be more purposeful with the items that we already have in the house. Alrighty, so jumping right into the project, especially since it is springtime, it might be a little bit rainy in your space, or maybe your cat is just, blocking your window, as my cat is blocking my camera right now. Here we go. So as we're staying indoors, when it's gonna be a little bit gloomy, rainy, we wanna get a little bit creative. But we also wanna put forth the effort to our upcoming projects and just decor around the house. So we have these plastic bowls. These are obviously gonna be disposable. That will we be able to actually do our project today. We have a small pair of scissors, which we're gonna need, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. And then our lovely terracotta plant, actually potting plant. We got these out at Hobby Lobby. Great price, especially if you're just looking for a good, she enjoyed it. She's like, I approve this message. But especially if you're looking for something that's just gonna be bare bones, you wanna do it up on how you wanna do it, 10 out of 10 recommend. That way you can just, again, build it up, color it, texture it, you name it, you can do it with this guy. So what we're gonna build it up today is actually more of a European, old age type of vibe that we're going for, just because, as you guys know, we went to Italy and we were inspired by a lot of the artwork out there. So we're like, okay, well, we already like taking the outdoors in, why don't we take the artwork that we appreciate also in? So we are going to actually change the color of this, change the texture of this, and we'll put up a picture here of what our inspo is gonna be. That's our little guy. If it's gonna turn out like that, we're gonna hope, but you guys get to see along that process with us. So let's jump into it. Alright, so those scissors that I mentioned earlier, opening our bag. So this bag right here is our garden line. So since we're going for some texture, changing the color of this, we're gonna open this bad boy up. A lot of times your bags will have like that little seam to rip it. I never have luck with it. I hope I'm not the only one, so that's what the scissors are gonna be for. Started pouring the lime, adding a little bit of water, keyword on little, so we can mix and get that consistency that we are looking for. Alrighty, so I started mixing lime with this water, and honestly I feel like it's trial and error. I have another little plastic bowl. A little bit, as you can see, I'm adding it to the mix like I'm making pancakes, and that's exactly the type of consistency that you want to go for. And here, I honestly wasn't going for perfect strokes. I had this vision in my mind, well actually Mom's vision, but she recommended just to go with the flow, take where the strokes are wanting you to go, not where your hand is wanting you to go. Perfectly imperfect. We're on to our second pot. You can kind of see me going a little bit more gentle. I was running out of paste, so if you start to run out of your paste in your project, the best thing I can recommend is just adding a little bit more water. A little goes a long way. And that's what I did with this last pot. As we're wrapping up on this last one, Mom was actually getting ready outside. In just a moment, we're gonna go out there. Here we are. So we can spray this matte finish. It just adds a little extra support to the texture that we were wanting to go for. That way when it is on our countertop, it's looking fresh as can be. And Mom is looking at the pots, brainstorming which plant is gonna go into what next. And James is so excited for the reveal. Ta-da! Ah, they're so precious. It's honestly what we were looking for. You can, again, do it up the way that you would like, but with the comparison, with the green and the color and the texture, we love this project. And here Mom is making our vignette. We wanted different levels, that way each plant gets its appreciation. We have our cat grass right here, which our cats absolutely adore, and our catnip. And next up is our beautiful basil. We wanted to pick greens that are going to be easily accessible again. This wonderful watering can that we actually found at our local botanical garden was just the perfect little kit for this vignette. And if you're looking for a project, especially during the springtime, to just do up your own space, your own kitchen, this is one of the best projects I can do. Mess is very limited, cleanup time very limited, and creativity 100% there. This is one of the best projects that you can take on. My mom and I, we love doing this together. It was so much fun, made us giggle at times, and just great memory making too. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this video. It was so much fun. We hope, again, that this inspires you to create some projects in your own space. If you do decide to, let us know below, and shoot, maybe even take a picture and share it with us. Thank you guys again so much. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.